Just give me a minute of your time, wherever you're watching around the world. I wanted to just share with you some information that is dear in my heart. There's a young man named Raymond Carter Jr., who is my godson. He's in prison as we speak. He's been in prison for 23 years. He, like most young people early in age, was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he got into some trouble and in his early teens. And he was down south. You know, down south has always been a place where you got in trouble, it's hard to get out. And when he got in trouble down in the south, definitely it was a bad thing. But he was a young person that made a mistake with wrong people riding in the car on a dark road, and the police came, took him in prison with some other young men, and of course, when he called his mom went there to try to get him out. And at that time, he signed some papers that really signed his life away. Those documents still held against him today. He sent me something from prison a week ago. It's really touched my heart, and I had to share this with you guys all over the world. He wrote a book, and that book is called Born to Win. Born to Lose, but Destined to Win. This book right here, it's a book that he wrote, and his mom sent a copy to me, and I just wanted to share this book with you guys. Raymond Carter Jr. wrote this book again. He wrote this book from prison, and Born to Win. Born to Lose, but Destined to Win. It's the name of the book. And you see there's a cage there. And he's wrote this. It exemplifies him, Raymond Carter Jr. And this young man is now 48 years old. He spent half of his life in prison, half of his life in prison. When he wrote this book, Born to Lose, Destined to Win, I had to get a copy, and I want you guys to get a copy too, to support him. And I want to get a campaign movement going. Free Raymond Carter Jr. Free Raymond Carter Jr. And those of you who can, by supporting him in this book right here. Raymond Carter Jr., he wrote this book from prison. He's in prison right now. Even as we speak, he's been in prison for 23 years. He's 48 years old. Most of his life he's been behind prison bars. And as he wrote this book, this is him right there. You guys can see him. Raymond Carter Jr., you can see him right there. This is the young man who is my godson who wrote this book. And again, he's behind prison bars, but he wrote this book, took time out to write this book, Born to Lose, but Destined to Win. You know, I want everybody out there just to support this young man's book, and proceeds can be towards trying to get him legal freedom after 23 years in prison, 43 years old, spent most of his life behind prison bars and still in prison right now. You know, the document he signed, they told his mom if he don't sign this document, he'll get the electric chair. And she told him to sign, and he's behind bars right now. but we can get his book just to help him, encourage and motivate him. I called him and talked to him the other week. Told him I'm gonna do all I can to sell his books. And I want you guys to get a book. Some of you can get his book, and his mom mailed me this copy. She got some limited copies there. You know, some of you can get this book right now. Just cash out $15. It's $15. I was really thinking we should do $1 a year. It's $23, $1 a year since he's been in prison. $23 is nothing towards somebody's life. That's what I'm gonna do. I want you guys to help to get this book. Young man wrote this book, African-American young man wrote this book behind prison bars. Raymond Lewis Carter Jr., my godson. I haven't seen him since he was a teenager. But I know there's some of you right there who's looking at this book right now, want to get a copy, want to get a copy to support him, want to get a copy to motivate him, want to get a copy just to say, you know, we're standing with him, just to let him know you're praying for him and somebody outside the four walls cares. When he wrote this book, he had to be thinking about us on the outside. You can't imagine being in prison for 28 years. Birthdays in prison, Thanksgiving in prison, Mother's Day in prison, Father's Day in prison. You know, certain loved ones passed away, you can't go. You know, Christmas in prison, New Year's in prison. And it goes on for 23 years. That's a long time to be behind prison bars. And this book can go where he can't go right now. And this young man, Raymond Carter Jr., is just watching this book right here. I want you guys to support him by getting a copy of this young man's book. He took time out to write a book behind prison bars. We're going to support him. We're going to put the Cash App information there so you can get a book. His mom is helping push support this book. And those who can, want to take time out to help somebody else. You know, it's not about me. It's all about this family in need. And I know this family, his mom said, a lot of people turned their back on him when he was in there and when this happened. And she was happy to me that I stood beside him, and I will. I will stand beside him. I'm going to do whatever I can. You can Cash App APOSTLECSC. APOSTLECSE. Those who can give a $15 donation towards the book, the Cash App, then she'll send it out to you. She'll mail it out, put it in the mail, and you get your copy. Those who want to help even more by giving $23, that's $1 per year. This young man is in behind bars towards his book. It feels so wonderful to know that we outside care and care enough to get this book. And you don't know who's going to encourage and who's going to inspire. You know, this book right here can go places and just encourage people. Raymond Lewis Carter Jr. Let's free him. Let's free him. Let's get his book. Let him know how proud of this young man who's trying to do the right thing, even behind prison bars. He's still trying to make an impact. He leads prayer. He leads Bible class. This young man leads other young men to help them to do right when they want to do wrong. He's a leader. He's showing that he wants to be productive even when it's time for him to come back in society to do the right things. He has family. He has kids that he hasn't seen in a while because he was born and he got in trouble early. But, you know, 23 years is a long time to be behind prison bars. 23 years. You know, so again, he has this book. We want to support this young man, Raymond Lewis Carter Jr. Let's support him. Let's get this book. Let his mom know we're going to stand beside her. We care. She asked me to do whatever I can, and I'm going to do that. You know, so I just wanted to come on and share this information with you guys. I want you to continue to pray. You can also, if you need some more information, you can call and we'll put the information up there, 240-423-9820. 240-423-9820. My name is David Evans, Reverend David Evans. I decided to do something because if you were in there, I want to help you too. Thank you.